It's also determining your character, what you are when nobody is looking. Remember the words of Albert Camus. Try not to seem, but to be. Each decision you make, whether large or small, shapes your character in some finite, although infinitesimal way. Just as the drops in a limestone cave may form a stalactite or stalagmite. How can you model your life so that you'll be the person, the soldier, the leader you want to be? You can begin by considering people whose character you admire. While each of you as an individual, heroes can help you define what you want to be. You, we and I, we and you are shaped by our heroes. We're known by our heroes. You tend to emulate them both consciously and unconsciously, so choose them wisely. And I suggest that you select Lieutenant Colonel Bushnell as one of your role models. He has led from the front. He is devoted to helping you to be all you can be. I'd like for us to give him and his trusty right-hand man, Command Sergeant Major Severino. I've never seen anyone more devoted to getting the best out of you, raising you to your potential than Colonel Bushnell. To become the leader you want to be, start by describing that person in specific terms. If you want to be known as honest and truthful, be honest and truthful in everything, large and small, that you do. What would you like for your commander, your raider, to say about you? Then demonstrate those characteristics. You want to be a leader who has the courage of his convictions? Stand tall when those convictions are challenged. Don't be one who tells his boss what he thinks the boss wants to hear. You're doing him a disservice. You're doing your soldiers a disservice. You're doing our army and country a disservice. What would you like for your soldiers to say about you when you're not present? When there is no possibility for the words they're uttering will ever get back to you? Do you want your soldiers to say that you stick up for them? And go to bat for them when they're criticized. Praise them for their accomplishments. Would you like for your soldiers to say they want to serve under you in combat? Demonstrate your tough love by training hard. Our Rangers have told me, Ralph, I thought you were going to kill us with that tough training, but it saved our lives in combat. Be from the front. Be there when the going gets tough. What specific actions could you take to elicit those comments? Begin to live that way. There may be no occurrence throughout your life that by itself determines what and who you are. But you can be confident that everything you do, every decision you make, is shaping you into the person that you will ultimately become. You have it within you, the power within you to be all that you want to be. In short, live each day the way you want to become. Live every moment in recognition that your every deed, your every thought is a stone in the makeup of the leader you want to be. Time marches on. Each one of your actions may affect to a limited degree this inexorable advance, but it does influence the outcome. But there's absolutely no way which you can recall and replay 1 second once it is passed. Time, your most valuable resource, is the one most often misused or squandered. Young officers think there's always tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. There's only today, and it will soon be yesterday. Whether tomorrow brings you joy or regret is determined by how you live today. Today determines your tomorrow. Everything you do today forges your character, what you will be. Today is affected by yesterday. Your memory of things past and fashions your tomorrow. Once today becomes yesterday, there's nothing you can do about it. Someday for each of you, there'll be no tomorrows. A wasted opportunity to do something that will better prepare you and your soldiers can never be recovered. George Washington, in addition to my father, is my greatest hero. Washington is my most admired American. He was a man of his word. His word was his bond. He had established that reputation by the way he lived every day of his life. In a powwow with the Indians, he could say, "Brothers, I am a warrior. My words are few and plain, but I will make good what I say." As he would do so often in years to come, whether he was trying to get pay or land that had been promised his soldiers, or trying to have the Constitution passed, the only guarantee Washington would give was his word, as though that was enough. It's a measure of the man standing that it almost always was. You will soon be in command. You will be the commander, the leader of a platoon of soldiers. Maybe you'll be in combat. If so, you have the most awesome responsibility and privilege that anyone can have. You will be leading American soldiers, America's youth, America's future on the field of battle. You will give the orders that may result in some of your soldiers being killed. How well you lead, how well you train will affect significantly whether your soldiers succeed and survive or fail and die. If you've done your best in preparing your soldiers and yourself for that day, more of your soldiers will survive, and you will be better able to accept the responsibility for those who do not. While your branch and mission affect the inherent dangers in combat significantly, all of you and those whom you lead will be exposed to the enemy. Never forget that. Never conclude that since you are in a supporting role, that you have no responsibility to prepare your soldiers to defend themselves, or to defend the other members of the team, or your position while continuing with your mission. You are expected to be a warrior, ready, willing, and able to close with and kill the enemy if the need arises. No day should go by that you do not ask yourself, was I the leader today that I want to be? Like George Washington, you become that leader by living every day of your life that way. Never be satisfied. You can praise your men mightily, but never be satisfied. You can always do better. You are our country's finest. You are a hero. You're in the fight today. I wish you great success. I'm proud of you. You volunteered for the citizens' most fundamental responsibility, that is, to defend his country if called upon to do so. When your country asks, whom shall I send and who will go for us? You have answered again and again and again, send me. I am here. God bless you. God bless America.